We just had the first winter split regional for North America, and I have nothing better to do, so I might as well summarize it for you guys. Speaking of you guys, I want to say thanks for 6,000 TikTok followers and 200 YouTube subs. You guys are awesome, and I encourage more of you to join our very happy family. We are so happy you should consider being this happy. Day 1 started off well. These were the teams that participated. We got to see a lot of these crazy new rosters in action. For example, we saw V1 surprise everyone and win their group. That was pretty crazy. No one saw this coming except for Ghost. I think everyone had them going home. That's a bit upsetting. G2 scraped by with their new roster and they don't look that good, I won't lie. At least they aren't as bad as Envy. Speaking of Group D, Oxygen won their group. Is it someone's job in RLCS to write scripts that surprise us? Because while I had them advancing, I did not see them win in their group. What the hell happened to Envy? Group A saw NRG and Vibrance advance, which was predictable. However, Xset got upset by literally everyone. I don't even know what RBG is, but they gave everyone a run for their money. Hopefully they continue to do well. The Juicer Group C is last, and I saved it for last because this was actually the group of death. FaZe went 3-0 with their new roster. Must have been this caster. I hear he was once good at Rocket League, but seriously, these guys looked unbeatable throughout the entire day. I think I picked them to win. We learned that Daniel lives up to the hype. This kid is nuts and leads SSG to 2-1 on the day. Aqua's pretty good too, but he might need more help as he seemed to be the only one doing anything. Sorry, not sorry, Rogue. At least your org didn't tweet this out and promptly get sent home. That would be rough. Time for playoffs. Shopify makes easy work of RPG. So much for doing well in Group A. Y'all did your best, I'm sure. Space Station beats the Sonics in a surprise twist of events we all saw coming. This Daniel kid is pretty cracked, and quite honestly, you guys stood no chance. This is essentially a super team we're talking about here. G2 scraped by Vibrance, barely staying alive. We're all starting to wonder if the Atomic Drees trade was a mistake at this point. Complexity beat Rogue in a close series. That's pretty exciting. I feel bad for Aqua. They just need more time to adjust to a new roster, or maybe pick up another player. Who am I to judge? I only watch, and at least they're relevant again. On to day 2, the day of sweeps. I mean, literally every team swept today. Do they even care about giving us drops? I guess not. SSG sweeps Shopify. Maybe you should switch to a different app like PayPal and bribe your opponent. It's G2 versus Complexity time. My money's on Complexity after G2's abysmal performance in day 1, and well damn, G2 swept my former South American friends. Now the trade deal is only questionable. Feels Batman for Envy. NRG swept Oxygen, sending them to the lower bracket. Shout out to Stacks for reliving the Cloud9 glory days. Stay positive, King. I also want them back. FaZe sweeps version 1, sending them to the lower bracket. Shout out to Stacks for reliving the Cloud9 glory day. Version 1 manages to not get swept by SSG, breaking the sweeping motion of the day. There's hope for drops at last. Thank you, Daniel. Now it's G2 versus V1. I won't lie, I picked G2 after their dominating performance earlier and lost a lot of Riz coins, but it was okay because I like version 1 and it was a close series. That being said, the trade deal between Envy and G2 got demoted again. I hope both teams pick it up, please. Turbo isn't ready to be a 10th place team. Championship Sunday was very exciting. My younger cousins were over and actually chose to watch these games with me instead of the NFL playoffs. There are new NRG and SSG fans now, and that's very awesome. SSG faced off against V1, and wouldn't you know it, SSG swept V1, but we all kind of saw it coming. These guys are basically a super team now. Sorry, Stacks, at least one member of C9 is guaranteed top 3. NRG faced off against FaZe, and the series went to Game 7. NRG won, sending FaZe to the lower bracket, which genuinely surprised me. Hopefully they do well against SSG. I guess I spoke too soon. FaZe gets top 3 in their first regional with a new roster, similar to their last major placement. Gotta wonder if they'll try and make another roster change since they didn't win. Time for the grand finals. I won't lie, being a diehard NA fan, I'm just excited that we have more than one team capable of beating EU teams now, but the last thing I expected was NRG to continue their dominance over the region. I should have had more faith in my cousin's new favorite player, Squishy. NRG wins the regional 4-2. NA looks disgusting right now. BDS is shaking in their Cristianos.